Not quite sure how this is going just now. I went live too early. Hold on. Oh. Let's just get this sorted. So why am I way down here? When I usually stand up there, as you can see, the guys are making a hell of a noise with this generator, and the guys are doing the windows apparently. So that's why I'm not down in my usual spot. Let me just move it around a bit. So, just got a ban on Twitter for 9 hours. So much for Elon Musk being the new voice of reason and free speech. Handing out bans. Apparently, I'm not the only person. I was watching Alistair, whatever his name is, Alistair Williams, the comedian, and he was saying that other people in the conservative space are being banned, while Elon Musk gave $6,000 to Tim Pool, and trigonometry seemed to be getting promoted by the American tech companies. And we seem to be being thwarted. So what will happen is that we'll eventually come to power, and we'll either fine American tech companies or just outright ban them, or do a combination of both. So if Americans want to play silly buggers and not allow our voices to be heard by the public, when the political seas change, and they will change, because I'm going to come on to that, when the political seas change, they will be then seen as the awkward squad, the tech companies, and we'll deal with them in the appropriate manner. If they're going to ban us and shadow ban us and do other things that are unadvantageous for our people, we will then go to town on them. We'll just start charging them big fees and start really mucking about with them, because there is a change coming. But I was wanting to talk a wee bit about the electric vehicles, which I don't think is going to be the future for green energy. I believe that there's going to be a revolution, but the revolution is going to be hydrogen and not electric. I think that's going to be how the future propulsion of cars happens, not by the propulsion by electricity. I think the amount of battery and the mining and everything else, the amount of electricity it takes, the inconvenience of electricity, none of that makes very much long-term sense as the promotion of green energy goes forward. And I think it's going to be hydrogen cars of the future, not electric cars. So although I think Elon's always doing the right thing, for shadow banning the Guerilla TV channel and for outright banning us today and then saying he's a champion of free speech, that's starting to ring a bit hollow, and then giving Tim Pool $6,000. So if you're elevating other voices, you're just the same as the past administration. And Alistair Williams is correct again that for a Remainer, he seems to be doing really well, that he's correct again in the fact that, let me move that around a bit this way, correct again in the fact that he's got his finger on the pulse. If you go and look for Alistair's channel, and he called out right that Tim, and I don't dislike Tim Pool, I watch his stuff as well, but if he was giving me $6,000, I would want to know what it was for. We are already being shadow banned with the Guerilla TV. I knew that was happening. No likes, no retweets, no elevation of the Guerilla TV channel on Twitter, a bit like what happens on YouTube. But we'll still plough through it. We'll go through it and we'll come out the other end. But they can only do it so long. They'll only be able to do it so long before it actually then stops, and there's a reaction to what they've done already, which there will be. So That's basically where we're at just now. I don't think, well, Alistair said he doesn't think Elon is the face, and he might be another stooge for the WEF. We don't know that yet. Another placed man, but we don't know that. But today was shocking for me, the fact that we've been banned for 9 hours. Well, the Guerilla TV channel on Twitter's or X has already been shadow banned, and we already know this. And the future's not electric vehicles. The future is probably going to be hydrogen vehicles, but there will have to be probably modifications on how to use the hydrogen properly. But I think that'll produce CO2. So that not CO2, that'll produce water, I think. Or what would it produce if it came into the country? Anyway, whatever it's going to produce, it's going to produce it. I think it'll produce water, would it? Would it oxygenate and then get pushed out as sort of water? Anyway, whatever it's going to produce, it's going to be more green than what we're doing just now with the petrochemicals. And obviously, there is an abundance of hydrogen both in the world and in the solar system, but also, or the universe, should I say, but also the hydrogen. Not only is it get abandoned, but the fact is that we're going to get a reduction in petroleum, and we've only got a limited supply of that, so we're going to have to transition at some point anyway. Whether or not we need a net zero by a specific date is beyond me. I think it should be a gradual move off. Don't forget the amount of trees and absorption of CO2 by planting trees and doing other things to reduce CO2, as well as the reduction in CO2 output, is going to have a supply and demand effect, but in supply of CO2, and obviously demand as the planet gets greener by planting more trees. So you're going to have a natural decline. You're going to have a tipping point where it will get colder again because of the absorption. Although the SNP have cut down 16 million trees to put up the wind farms. So, I mean, that's beyond stupidity. They've cut down 16 million trees to put up wind farms in Scotland. So, and then they're going to, replant them in a different place. That's absolutely bonkers. But that just shows you how bonkers the SNP actually are. Completely batshit crazy. And we're going to come on to that in a second, because I'm going to do other wee things. I'm going to get something to drink, stop smoking. I've been dying for the last month. It feels like I've got the flu. Stop smoking and drinking for the last 2 months, 3 months now. So we're now at a stage where we're going to see a change in the way that I think Elon's dealing with things. We're also coming up to election, so it depends on whether Elon is going to sell us out like the last guy to the political class by banning people who don't agree with the political class and reducing their exposure online, so that the media narrative is pushed and not people who criticise what the underlying left agenda is, and media groups to do that. So they're just wanting the actual propulsion of other the mainstream media. And Elon looks like, because it's got tying into it's a local elections down in England, it's going to be parliamentary elections in the UK, and then we're going to have the Scottish elections coming after that, and also we'll get the American elections in November. So Elon looks like what they were doing last time, in suppressing voices and banning them, just like we've been banned off Facebook, just like we've been banned off other things. So, yeah, that's basically the situation. So, I hope you've enjoyed that. Very swift and brief, and we will get a wee chat with you. I'm going to do a few of these just now, and we're going to talk about, oh well, we've got lots to talk about, lots. My baby gorillas. How'd you stop this? There it is.